YouTubers! Mike Martins here with the Mike Martins channel. I think it's a great time to make a video for you guys. So, sitting here, I'm getting the gas at the gas station. And being part or living in a small town, you tend to, say hi to everybody, nod, or, kind of acknowledge other people. Bye! Just like that guy. I've seen that guy around. We say hi to each other all the time. It's just a thing we do. I don't know. Do I know him? No. Could I know him? Perhaps. Maybe one day. But my question to you guys is, what is the deal with out-of-towners coming to town? I'm getting gas, and there's a lot. I'm by the major highway that goes to the city of Vancouver. It's gonna pronounce like a Swedish Vancouver, like it's like the greatest thing that ever happened to mankind, humanity. I left the city of Vancouver because Vancouver wasn't working out for me. I say I wasn't gonna pay $2 million for a tear down house. You see that junk house over there? We would look at them. You see that junk house? It's for sale. Oh, how much is that house? $2 million. So I got out of there real quick in a heartbeat. But one thing I picked up when I lived there, I lived in Miami Beach. I've lived in Mexico for 2 years. I've lived around. I speak Portuguese, Spanish, and English. Read and write. I've been on Spanish news, radio, news talk about gold, silver, whatever. I've been on Portuguese talk, radio, and news talk in Portuguese Africa, not Brazil, in Angola and Mozambique. Talk radio and TV show there. And I'm famous there because of my documentaries. I'll be like I could say like I'm like a Michael Moore of Portuguese documentaries when it comes to making them in Portuguese. Anyways, what's going on? Well, I noticed something down there when I live in Vancouver. The Vancouver glare. If someone look at you, you stop at a red light, you stop your car at a red light, the guy beside to your left, you look over, just to, someone beside me, they look at you like, and for other people, that's just giving the middle finger. That's a way of giving someone the middle finger, right? So okay, no problem. So I come up here and I put myself some gas in the car. I'm pouring the gas in, with the nozzle. There's a lady across. I didn't notice her, but I'm putting my gas in, and then she comes to throw something in the garbage. She looks over at me, and I accidentally nodded my head and said, good afternoon. She completely ignored me, and I didn't even stand there. I did not even, I wasn't even, yeah, it's just somebody there that, she looked at me and I wasn't even there. And I'm like, oh, she's passing through. She's on her way to Vancouver. And I waited. I watched the car leave because the exit's right there for the highway. She jumps on to go to Vancouver. Thank God I got out of that hellhole. Thank God I got it. Do you guys live in a city like Sydney, Melbourne, where it was taken over by wealthy investors, and then all of the people that were left behind, not all, but a majority of them are look at you like you burnt their house down. I have people look at me, I'm not kidding, I hand to God, people look at me like I burnt their house to the ground. Holy, what do you do? Do I apologize for being in your presence? So anyways, at the gas station still, hold up, this is before I left, before all the cars left, we were kind of there at the same time, right? The car to the right of me was a lady. I'm pouring my gas. There's some noise, something falls, I look over. And then she, you ever get that look from a woman where, oh, this guy wants me? It's like, you look back and say, what? That was one thing too when I was living in the big cities. Every woman, for some reason, would look at every guy and saying, oh, that guy wants me. Everybody wants me. It's nobody wants you, girl. Nobody cares. Nobody wants you. I can guarantee you. It's oh, I have to avoid looking at guys because then they're going to come on to me. And then, really? It's called a small town. So I got used to saying hi to everybody and being part of the community of such. And look at this downtown. It's completely empty. And being there for each other. Oh, Lucas. Yeah, buddy. So, yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. That's one thing I don't miss anything about the city. Oh, Mike, you don't miss this? No, it's raining there. It's cloudy. Here it's like 20, 25, and it's sunny. It's been like this since March. It's been great weather since March. So here I am, through my downtown little core, driving. It's empty. And man, I love this small town. I love living here. I have my own stalker. Watched the Merit Harassment series about this guy in town who basically served me a cease and desist and created so many fake accounts for me to shut my business down because it's similar to his. And he's even went to the city council to get me shut down. I'm not making this up. You can't make this up. But do I love it? I love it. I love it. But it's a good thing, you know, it's a good thing. It's you know, being part of a small town, you won't be welcomed by most, but you'll be loved by some. It's better than being in a city where everybody hates you and you don't even know your own damn neighbors. So, like, you know, if I was talking to someone in the 1980s saying, in the future, neighbors won't be sitting on the doorsteps like they do, you know, with steps going up to the house. People won't be sitting outside having a Kool-Aid, talking and drinking a lemonade and talking about what's happening in the news or, you know, talking about family and stuff. No, because everybody be locked up in their homes with COVID. Huh. Anyways, guys, I kind of wanted to throw that out there. I don't miss being in a big city because of that. Big cities have turned into empty shells. Look at Dublin. Dublin, 3 years ago, started seeing this rare phenomena of bidding wars. People in Dublin, 120,000 euros gets you a decent home to raise a family. People in Dublin were seeing bidding wars. What the hell is going on? People in cell phones bidding for other people overseas, and they're just buying properties up. And then now look at Dublin. Dublin needs to quadruple some of their taxes because the people that lived in Dublin no longer live there anymore because they got mass exoduses out. You know, people are sending me links to Australia and Sydney. Oh, mass exodus in Sydney is going crazy. I've been talking about this for just 2010. Because I saw the affordability crisis and I saw what it was doing to the Canadian proper. I saw what it was doing to families. I saw what it was doing to the Australian proper, the New Zealand proper. I've been watching it with a radar. And that's why I left the big city. I'm sick and tired of pulling up next to a car and getting looked at like I don't belong there. Like I have to apologize for being in someone's presence. I walk into an elevator and they automatically look at me. If it's a girl, she automatically looks at me like I'm trying to get her. Like she's looking at like, get away, I don't want to talk. Like avoid this guy or turn my back on him. I don't want this to make any contact with this guy. I don't care. I don't think a lot of guys out there really care. You know what I'm saying? I don't think a lot of guys want a headache. So, and guys and also girls. No, I'm just talking in from my experience, right? It's like, yeah, I was single in Vancouver for so many years. Why? Because girls don't date short guys. I'm only 5'7" on a good day, right? 5'7", you're not, you don't cut it. Vancouver material. Yeah. Anyways, guys, that's it for the video, guys. I'm in my house. It's my street. I'm in my house, I say. Let me know what you guys think. Comment below. Have you left the city? What do you miss the most? What don't you miss the most about leaving your big city? Comment below. Lots of love, my friends. Don't forget to set your reminders for trends in the housing market and Mike in the Night live show. Come on the show and talk to us.